So there he goes, going to get his cam belt, water pump and auxiliary belt done. So anyone who's been following this, you know, all the one people that might have been following this ZX's little story, this was supposed to be originally for my dad, but I pulled up to his house a few months later and he'd bought himself another car, so he's not having it now, it's now mine. So I am planning on it being my daily, but it needs finishing. So we are finally here. I'll just go through. So I bought this in July 2022 and it's been sat there. It's recording this, it's you know, it's the end of 2023. It might even be the beginning of 2024 by the time I can actually put this out. It's now all done. Everything's been done. I'll show you some of the parts that I've still here at the minute. I've just gone through those, but they're getting put on. It's had the new timing belt, water pump. The alternator's been refurbished. New belts, obviously. That's all been done. Plus all these parts that are put on, plus anything else that I add to this video in the near future. I'm just trying to do bits as I go because I can't keep on top of how many different little bits and bobs, so this video is probably going to be all over the place. So all these bits are now on and the car is now MOT'd and it's ready to go. It's on the road now, so I was just going to talk you through sort of the bits and bobs that I got done, bits and bobs I did, bits and bobs that were done. There's been so much done to it. You know, it's only done 30,000 miles, so it should last a good long time. It's the XUD engine. It should last forever and ever and ever, of course. So I would like to get a new windscreen because there's quite a lot of I don't know what it is, like condensation or something that's built up, or just the age of the seal along the bottom that's really rubbish. Will you shush? So I would like to get that done at some point, but there's nothing wrong with the windscreen, there's nothing wrong with it at all. And then obviously the paint's like the worst thing about it, but everything else is really good. So we'll just take you for a quick walk around it now and then that's it. It's done, it's ready, it's mine, it's gonna be driven. So I've got a couple of spare passenger side lights because one of mine is broken. So these are all the parts that are going to go on the car as quick as possible. We've got a new exhaust, both brake cables, handbrake cables. They're the trims from the top that are missing. I had to replace one of those, one did come with it. We've got brake pads, we've got ATF, which is also power steering fluid, new brake fluid, the oil's been changed. We've got front and rear Monroe shock absorbers. We've got, trying to think what's in all these boxes, track rod ends, lower ball joints, all brake hoses, front and rear. I've got a CD boot cover there because that one of those is broken. Got lots of rear mountings in there. Got these for the front cups, you might recognise those. I have not got the actual cups though, I did struggle to get those. Can't remember what that was, I think it's an oil pressure sensor, something along those lines. Further rear mounting, drop links, they're the front, no they're not, they are the rear brake hoses there. Brake shoes, they might be the wheel cylinders. I've got new brake drums, but I'm not 100% sure if they fit. Brake discs, the calipers have been fully refurbished, new pistons and everything by my friend. What's in here? Oh, this is all the front bushes in there for the control arms, so they're nice headgun ones. They're a really good make. I used them on my 480. They were really good. They don't just kind of fall apart. They're the other control arm. That's the other control arm bush. What else we got? Bump stops and top mounts for the struts. So, oh, and there's all the exhaust parts in there, and I actually managed to get a silencer as well in there. So there's all the fittings and everything, literally everything for the exhaust. Got some spare lights. I don't know if one of them's older and one of them's newer. My driver's side one is quite deteriorated on the chrome, so, or the chrome effect, so that could do with replacing. So all of these things have been or are being replaced. Don't think there's anything else under there. No, just papers and bits and bobs. So that's everything that's going to be replaced on the car so far, plus whatever else is deemed necessary when someone actually gets to work on it. I've got in here glow plugs and some proper glow plug grease, so they can be replaced. I feel like there's something else somewhere, like a big envelope of some sort. I've got, you know, like the brake shoe fitting kit and things like that. I can't figure out where they are. I've definitely got another envelope of bits and bobs somewhere. So here he is going on his final journey for the last leg of the work to be completed and MOT. This is Andy Sheraton at APS Classics. I cannot praise Andy's work enough. If you're looking for somebody to recommission a classic or do any kind of classic, I think he does rally stuff as well. I'm like completely out of that world, so I'm sorry, I have no idea. But yeah, any kind of classic related stuff. And as you can see, it doesn't have to be the high-end, highly expensive classic car. He will work to the same level on any kind of classic. He is amazing. His patience, his ability, so he'll do everything. He'll do your auto electrics, welding. He has connections for sort of bodywork and paint. He's just wonderful. He is APS Classics on Facebook, and he is based between Lincoln and Louth. Do check him out. He's so friendly, fantastic guy. Andy managed to get the vehicle all completed for me. He took it for MOT. It's got full clean MOT on the 1st of March. I collected the car on the 2nd of March, and I drove all in all 230-ish miles, I think, to the Rolls-Royce Enthusiast Club for the Women Drivers Social Club International Women's Day meet. So straight off the bat, the next day, the vehicle had been off the road for about 17 years and he did a couple of 100 miles for my first journey. So it is fantastic that I managed to get the car back just in time for that. Also attended Rustable as well on the, when was that, the 9th of March. So within 3 weeks, I've done over 1,000 miles in the car. Just skipping back slightly, here's some images that Andy sent me of the welding that he had to do on the car. Again, this was unexpected because we'd not really looked at it this closely, but this obviously needed taking care of. There was also a bit at the rear of the engine bay that didn't look as bad until he started digging, and that was before, during, and after. Fantastic. And then a few photos, which are portrait, unfortunately, so you can't see all the good work, but you can tell how clean it all is underneath as well. And he'd redone all the brake lines as well, all the brake pipes. Another bit, driver's passenger seat that he'd created there. And here he is all finished. So just a quick walk around. Obviously, we've got the immobiliser that I need to push in manually every time we start. The vehicle's now just about to creep over 32,000 miles, which is genuine. Clock is not working at the moment, which is frustrating. I think it needs cleaning. Have put a new bulb in there. We've just got some basic switches, rear fog light, hazards and rear window. Then I think we are down to the stereo, which is working fine. I've got a little bit of problem perhaps just with connectors when I'm, in terms of the, what we're calling contact, just needs contact cleaning perhaps. A bit crackly when I'm touching that. Obviously we are automatic. I did clean all the interior when I first got it last year, so it's still relatively tidy and clean. Auto windows at the front, they are both working. And this is the rear, it's just to show it's clean really. It's got the original mats with it that I do cover in the front. We've got one wheel trim waiting in there. I've just bought a giant fire extinguisher. Oh, the rear seat there does pull forward and back to give you more boot space, more load space in the boot. As you might know, I've done obviously engine flush, oil change, Citroën oil filter, air filter, coolant's been flushed and changed. Everything's been refreshed and I will refresh it again at the end of summer. In terms of costs, I added things up recently and everything, absolutely everything, all the labour, all the parts, the car itself was around 4,500. So I think that is not bad because you're pretty much getting a brand new car for that amount of money. And obviously you can spend that on a car that you don't know much about, whereas I know everything that's gone into this car. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.